A person calls in to this radio show, LBC, by the host James O'Brien, and claims that the UN funded Hamas in order to help them create the tunnels underneath Gaza, which is hilarious because there is no evidence whatsoever to support that claim. But this dude, seeing that the UN is criticizing the Israeli government for their atrocities, automatically wants to assume that the UN is funding Hamas in order to make the UN seem like they're the bad guys because he can't handle thinking of the Israeli government as the bad guys.
Where do we go from here? So where we go?
You rang me, remember?
Yes, I did. Israel is, well, firstly, they are trying to wipe out the tunnel networks that Hamas have built with the assistance of the United Nations, who've allowed them to divert funds and building materials.
Okay, so is this dude really saying that the United States gave funds to Hamas to build these tunnels in order to the Israeli government when the United States is staunchly against Hamas and pro-Israeli no matter what it is? Because if that's the case, then I guess the United States is playing both sides.
Okay, to build
and your source for that?
They are there. That's what the Israelis...
No, your source for the allegation against the United Nations.
No, everyone knows that there are tunnels.
Oh, come on, mate. Your source for the United Nations collusion in that.
Well, my opinion...
No, your source.
My source?
Yes. I have to challenge you because the caller here said that if Al Jazeera is a source, I have to challenge people. So I can't accept Neil in Stanmore as a source on something, can I?
Okay, I have various websites, not websites, I have news information sites that are showing me that the entrances to tunnels...
No, specifically the United Nations collusion. Where can I look for that?
Where can you look for that? That's going to be a bit difficult for me to...
Well, then don't say it on the radio, Neil, please.
It's my opinion.
No, you have to say it's your opinion. You stated it as a fact. It's your opinion based on absolutely no evidence whatsoever.
Okay. All right. So let's look at the United Nations.
Before we move on, can we just agree that you said that with no evidence or basis in truth for it at all?
It is stuff that I've seen, but I can't necessarily provide the...
So there is evidence, but it goes to a different school?
Yes.
Obviously, there is no evidence because he couldn't even give any website that talked about this. This is just something in his mind in order to justify the Israeli government's atrocities against the Palestinian people by claiming that they're the good guys because the UN are the bad guys funding Hamas, so they're funding terrorism against the Israeli government, and any criticism by the UN means nothing because they're funding terrorists. But it's funny. Everybody that tries to defend the Israeli government always tries to make up some BS in order to justify the atrocities of the Israeli government, and it's not working anymore.